just to start, this is the first Oscars in which I've seen none of the nominees at all of any category. I am going to watch. I'm going to watch Sinners tomorrow. We're going to see Sinners tomorrow, but that's the only one, and that was only out of morbid curiosity because I had to know why this movie got 16 Oscar nominations.
I enjoyed the shit out of Sinners.
I don't know. I feel like I might have seen it before.
I literally had my doubts. Like, I heard the rumors that, this movie's overhyped and, it's a ripoff from Dusk Till Dawn. But I'll tell you what got me to watch it. The first thing that got me curious, and I love it when this happens, is when you have a very minuscule drop in the grosses on your second week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see, that right there got my curiosity going. I'm like, okay, this thing only dipped like 8%. Okay. So that means that word of mouth on this is really good, and that means that this movie is worth seeing.
Well, it's also original. It's original as well. It's not a remake. It's not a reboot.
It's not a remake. It's not a reboot. I will say it borrows from Dusk Till Dawn. It does borrow from that, but it borrows very well. I like how it borrows from it, and it creates its own thing when it does it.
But doesn't it seem like it's a tad bit political, though, right?
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
It seems a tad bit political, though, right?
No, not dude. I found nothing. Or wait, are you talking about the movie content itself? It's political.
Yeah, it's apparently all the bad guys are white, and all the good guys are black, and all the indifferent guys are vampires.
No, nothing like that. And if anything like that, that's actually dialed back. That is completely dialed back. Nothing political about it, dude. Right. At the end of the day, it was a great horror movie. It had amazing music, and it had amazing acting. And I will say I was very, very happy to see Michael B. Jordan win at the Actor Awards. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was very happy to see him win.
But, okay, now, this is the thing. Is it worth the 16 Oscar This is more Oscar nominations than any of the Lord of the Rings movies, Titanic, Ben-Hur, Gone with the Wind, every movie in cinema history. Is it worth the 16, or is this some kind of pandering from the Academy?
I can't speak for that. I will say this. On the bulk of the nominations that it got, outside, okay, it was out of the big six, the big seven, I think it is, because I got to throw in the supporting actor. Mm-hmm. So that's above the line. It's got 6 above the line nominations out of possible 7. It's got 6.
Mm.
Okay. Out of those, I think all those nominations are 100% warranted, every single last one. So you got supporting actor, supporting actress, best actor, and then you've got, of course, picture, director, screenplay. It deserves all those above the board nominations.
Well,
because everybody on this movie brought their A game.
We'll get into nominations and stuff. I mean, there's really not much for me to comment
but then
on.
You're talking about so I said 6 out of 7 out of the above the board. So now we're on the back 10.
Yeah.
Okay, back 10 cinematography, most definitely, beautiful cinematography. Best musical score, absolutely. It deserves those nominations. Now, costume design, I guarantee it has that one. Does everyone look like they do? Yes. Visual effects, of course it deserves that because Michael B. Jordan plays a dual role and it's got to be seamless.
The thing, Michael B. Jordan has never impressed me. I mean, that's, in fact, all of the actor nominations in this category, in this grouping, to me, with the exception of this guy I'd never heard of, Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent. I know nothing of his work, but I do know
nothing of that.
All these other actors, Michael B. Jordan, Ethan Hawke, DiCaprio, Chalamet, they're not great actors for me because they don't really do anything other than play themselves for the most part. And Chalamet's the biggest bag of hot air because he doesn't. I just don't think he's a great actor anyway. But and Michael B. Jordan.
Here's what I'll tell you right now. Okay. If you want to get into this discussion, we can, because I've seen 3 out of 5.
Mm.
I did watch Marty Supreme. I have seen One Battle After Another, and I have seen Sinners.
Mm.
Chalamet was really good. I mean, okay, DiCaprio, unfortunately, yes, does he deserve his nomination? Yes, but is it DiCaprio doing DiCaprio? Yes.
Are we sure? It's really hard to say to me. The deserving part, I don't know about because you have so many movies are made, and so many movies have really bad performances. So many movies have good performances, but they don't get good publicity or advertising. So it's really hard to know, especially since it's such a, I don't know, it's such an easy list because you can pretty much, with the exception of poor Wagner over here, we know
that's the
who
thing.
each
That's
of
what I'm
these
saying
people are.
About DiCaprio. That was the easy nomination because the role. I'm telling you, it was. If you saw my review I put up on One Battle After Another, I said it was a
I saw
great
it.
Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
You gave it
It
an
was a
8 out
good.
of 10, though. But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
because there is a lot to like in that movie. Because if I'm comparing it to any other Paul Thomas Anderson movie made after Magnolia, or excuse me, after There Will Be Blood, I have to go on that list. After There Will Be Blood, that's where I have to put it up against because I enjoyed
right.
that more than I did Licorice Pizza, Phantom Thread.
I can't, I made a list of directors that I can't stand, and 3 of the nominees for Best Director are on my list of directors I can't stand. And for Paul Thomas Anderson, he's a very easy pass for me because, as in passing on his work, because there are 3 movies that I've enjoyed of his. There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love, and The Master are the only ones I really enjoyed. I don't like a lot of those
So what
other
do you?
movies.
Okay, what the hell do you have against Boogie Nights and Magnolia?
I don't like.
Especially,
Magnolia
what
is
do you have
3
against
hours long, and the only thing I liked about Magnolia was John C. Reilly. That's the only thing I liked. That whole subplot.
I love Tom Cruise in that movie.
I'm
I
not
love
big on
Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise in the movie, but I didn't enjoy that movie. I only enjoyed John C. Reilly's subplot. Everything else was kind of. It was for me. It was too. I guess.
So let me give you mine real
too
quick.
important.
I'll tell you why I love that guy. Why I love that movie. Number one is Boogie Nights. I love that movie to death. I saw that when I was 15 years old. Okay.
That's I know. That's yeah.
But here's where you got to be impressed with this. Okay. That movie had such an impact on me to when I was 17, 2 years later, a senior in high school. Okay, a high schooler, I went to go see Magnolia based off of my love for Boogie Nights. Okay. Most 17-year-olds didn't go see that movie. I was one of them because Paul Thomas Anderson had a huge impact on me. Very huge impact on my love of film. And I love Magnolia. Okay, and I love Punch Drunk Love. I think that is a phenomenal movie. One of Adam Sandler's best.
You'll notice.
And then There Will Be Blood ended the streak for me. I thought that was a brilliant movie, but then what he did after that, I liked it. I liked The Master, dude. I hated The Master. You loved that movie.
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it. But the problem is you're pointing the 3 movies. They all have something in common. There's focus to it. Those other movies that he makes, the ones that he specializes in pretty much, with the exception of The Phantom Thread, they're all ensemble pieces, and they're all, to me, they seem scattered and unfocused, and I've always felt that way about his work.
Now hold on. The one you forgot to mention is Hard Eight.
What's that? What's that one?
Hard Eight.
Oh, Hard Eight.
Have you ever?
That's more, but that is also an ensemble piece, and no, I'm not really a big fan of that one.
I wouldn't necessarily call it ensemble. That whole movie is literally just Philip Baker Hall. That movie is the Philip Baker Hall John C. Reilly show, and then Gwyneth comes in, and then so does Sam. Now I can't say ensemble because those are the big 4. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Hoffman pops up just for a hair, in a little uncredited performance, but it's just those 4 actors.
Right, but compare that to the 3 movies that I enjoy. To me, There Will Be Blood is Daniel Day-Lewis from beginning to end. It is an incredible film for him and a really good performance.
And that was a warranted Oscar win. And
plus, beautifully shot. Beautifully shot. Probably the best shot of all.
I enjoyed that hell out of it.
And then there's Punch Drunk Love, which is about Adam Sandler and this bizarre character that he plays. That's the only other movie of his I really enjoy other than Uncut Gems. Not really a big Adam Sandler dude. I did like The Wedding Singer. And what's that one? 50 First Dates. But that's because I think him and Drew are a great couple together.
Him and Drew are always great. I mean, Wedding Singer obviously gives you the 80s vibes, though, more than anything.
Well, actually, I think it was Bronwyn that introduced me to it because she loves all that 80s stuff. She's not a big Adam Sandler person, but she turned me on to the movie, and I enjoyed it for that reason, too. And then there's, the third one was, what did I say? Oh, God.
The Master.
The Master, okay. Now, The Master is a one-on-one kind of like head-to-head, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Joaquin Phoenix, and it's an interesting movie that way, too. For me, it's always There Will Be Blood is the number 1 film for me. It's just perfect. It's like a perfect movie. Boogie Nights
has
great music, great cinematography.
I love Boogie Nights for its imperfect nature. Because that is not a perfect movie, but I love it because it's imperfect.
And I'll say I'm not really a big fan of Mark Wahlberg either. I just don't. But let me share. Can I share my list?
The
Go ahead.
problem with Mark Wahlberg is that he doesn't play it straight anymore. Okay, when he plays it straight, he's okay.
Yeah.
And in this case, the character that he portrayed was perfect. Like he played a big dumb boat and you know what? Mark Wahlberg was a big dumb boat back then. So he played the role to the hilt, man.
Yeah.
He got robbed of an Oscar nomination, as far as I'm concerned. He should have.
Well, I do. I want to talk about the Best Director list because to me, the Best Director list is more of an honest list or assessment in the Oscars than this system of 10 movies that we're being forced to have to nominate. Now, they really need to. Okay, this is one thing they really need to do because I think it's over pretty much for movies of a certain quality. Is reduce that list down to 3 or. Actually, 3 would be great, but reduce the list down to 5 again. Stop doing the 10 because I don't think it matters anymore. I really don't.
Remember, the movie you hate, the movie you dislike, is responsible for that. So sorry, Dark Knight caused that.
But the thing, I don't even believe The Dark Knight should have been nominated because that's another one that's just. Again, I don't like Nolan's take on Batman.
That's like your opinion, man. Because I thought Dark Knight deserved everything.
But I don't like Nolan's take on Batman. I don't like what he did with it. I like the first movie. I did not like the other two. They're too long and bloated and all that.
Yeah, plus, you see, Dark Knight Rises was a little long in the tooth for me, but I love that.
So, in the list, like I said, these Best Director nominees. So that's 5 of them, right? We're still doing 5 Best Director nominees. We're still doing 5 of every category, except now ever since that time, we have 10 Best Picture nominees. Now, just very quickly, I know you've seen a couple, right?
I've seen quite a few.
I will say, I mean, like the one movie that everybody seems to agree on that they absolutely agree should be on this list is F1. As for everybody else, everybody's really divided on everything else on this list.
The funny thing is, in my circle, a lot of people were divided on that.
But they said it was like a classic. It was like a classically made movie in the classic sense of storytelling. It had everything that you. It's a movie that you could have been made 25, 30 years ago. So, but everything else on this list unfortunately suffers from the corruption of time passing and becoming instantly dated, like a one battle after another. Sentimental Value is one I've heard about because it's the requisite Holocaust movie. Basically, it's about a time. It's about basically the after effects of Nazi Germany and stuff like that. So, but the other ones I know about Frankenstein. It's funny. I haven't even had any desire to see that, but now I guess I'm going to watch it since it's on Netflix. But actually, Begonia looks interesting to me because it looks completely out of its fucking mind.
was very interesting. I'll say that much. I didn't care for it too much.
It seems like it's crazy. It seems like it's a crazy
well
movie.
Acted, but it was just out there, man. That movie was fucking awful.
That's again from the same people who made Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone, working together again. They've made like 4 movies.
And even I thought Poor Things was out there, but Emma Stone was great in it. So, and I'm glad she won the Oscar for it.
And she's nominated again this year.
Yep. So is Meth Damon is too, but he's not going to win.
The thing about now Frankenstein is Guillermo del Toro, and I don't think Guillermo del Toro has made a decent movie in a very long time. But that's just me. Hey,
I think that's just you.
The whole thing is it just doesn't look interesting visually. It looks like a murky mess again. It just a lot of these kind of look like that. And then there's Marty Supreme, which is, I guess, the Safdie brothers.
I enjoyed that movie. I really did like it.
But does it? Okay.
I liked it.
The thing is, do these movies warrant or deserve any kind of nomination? Just being competent seems to require. I feel like it shouldn't be a Best Picture anymore. It should be just being competent picture, and not being terrible or not being overtly political. Even though everything is kind of overtly political these days, can't help but get away from that. And.
I'll tell you, Marty Supreme, nothing political at all about that movie. I thought that movie was funny as fuck.
Well, no, it's about a table tennis dude, right?
Yeah, and it's allegedly based on a quote unquote true story. I mean, there was a guy who was like that, but liberties were taken. I'll say that much.
Well, I know that this was made by Josh Safdie, who is the other half of the Safdie brothers who made Uncut Gems.
He's the more creative Safdie because he got the brains in the family.
Well, from what I understand, his brother kind of was caught basically in a situation.
Yeah,
I forgot what.
Not to also mention, The Smashing Machine was not great. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, Dwayne Johnson gave it his all, and he was good in the movie, but the movie itself wasn't that good.
Well, I gotta look this up again and see what happened. Something happened involving Benny. I think he hired somebody who was like, I forgot what happened on. It was The Smashing Machine. Is that the movie?
Yeah, The Smashing Machine.
I think he hired somebody who was like some kind of somebody of questionable whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was. But yeah, he got caught doing something that was like an impropriety or something like that.
Yeah, or illicit or something. I heard stories about that, but I mean that's before the stories I guess broke out. The point is,
you know what? I think it was not. I don't know if it was that movie. Maybe it was the most recent one he did with his brother, and that's why his brothers parted ways with him.
That was Uncut Gems.
Was it Uncut Gems?
Yeah, Uncut Gems was their last movie they did as a duo.
Huh. Well, let me see. It's all Benny, Josh, Benny, Josh. Okay, well, you shouldn't. I guess you shouldn't do certain things with people.
I guess not.
Talking about the best director. So my list of directors who irritate me for various reasons. Sometimes it's the quality of the work, and sometimes it's just their attitude. Okay, it starts off with Paul Thomas Anderson, Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, Darren Aronofsky, Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, Mike Flanagan, Ryan Coogler, and Chloe Zhao. And they're on my list, and 3 of those people have been nominated for Oscars this year. So, with PTA, it is his movies. With Christopher Nolan, it is his movies. With Denis Villeneuve, it is his movies. Darren Aronofsky, it is his movies and his attitude. Ari Aster, it is his movies. Robert Eggers.
I'll agree with Ari Aster. I'll agree with that.
Robert Eggers it is his movies because he does shut the hell up.
I will agree with Robert Eggers.
Mike Flanagan, I just don't like his adaptations of Stephen King. Everything I ever see.
I'm indifferent to him.
As for Ryan Coogler, I mean, like he can make a decent movie once in a while. Black Panther wasn't completely all the way embarrassing for an MCU movie, which was good. It was something that was desperately needed after Captain Marvel. But I don't like his attitude. I don't like that what he's doing these days. He's trying to reboot the X-Files, and I don't like that. Well, Jordan Peele is also on the list. I forgot, but he hasn't been relevant
because he rebooted the Twilight Zone. Okay,
Well, no, it's not just that. It's Us and Nope and stuff like that too.
Okay, Ryan Coogler does not bother me at all because, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't made a bad movie, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Black Panther movies, but I think they're good for what they are. I've just never been a Black Panther fan. That's just not me. I love Fruitvale Station. I fucking love Creed.
I said, the first Black Panther movie was okay. It was just okay. The second one was terrible. I couldn't even sit through that one.
I actually liked that. I liked that one a little more than I did the first one. More, not too much more. A little more.
Because they what they did with the character itself, and after Chadwick Boseman, they didn't retire the whole thing. They should have, or they should have just recast or something like that. But no, they had to make a statement. They had to make it female. They had to do it. These are things I don't like. I don't like when modern or current day politics works their way into a product that will be forgotten immediately because things change, as we know. In 10 years, 15 years, we're not going to be thinking the same way we're thinking now. So when you're going to be looking back on these films, you're going to realize they've aged very poorly. Chloe Zhao is another one who is just too political. You got to get back. We need to get back to actually making movies. We need to get back to actually entertaining.
Well, can I just agree with you on the one thing that celebrities and anybody in general needs to mind their business when it comes to politics.
Yeah, and shut the fuck up. That's really all you have to do. You have the easy, but they feel bad. I think they feel bad because they make a ton of money. They work comparatively less than most people who will never see that kind of money. So they feel
they're
like
the 1%,
they need to
and they got
involve
to throw us a
themselves.
bone every once in a while. And I get it. And that's why I say, you know what, celebrities, guess what? You got all the money, keep your opinions to yourself.
I mean, that's how it used to be, right? You know,
That's how it used to be.
did you ever see what Denzel Washington told Michael B. Jordan? He said, don't get political with people. You know, they pay to
Right.
see your movies. Don't get online. Don't do the social media thing. You know, because
Or if you do social media, just you don't keep it like they say in Hell's Kitchen, as you being in New York, you should know. Keep politics and religion out of it.
and then I have to blame the media too, because then they try to set traps for these celebrities by asking them political questions. You know,
I would say no comment. If that were me, I'd be like,
just
no
say
comment.
no comment. I'm not going to talk about that. Hey, let's talk about the nude scene I did. Let's not talk about my
Yeah,
politics.
some of this, but
Something along those
that's
lines.
why I kind of like P.T. Anderson. He keeps his mouth shut for the most part.
He
Ryan
does,
Coogler,
but
he don't keep.
but One
he don't
Battle
keep his
After
mouth
Another is
shut.
a very political movie, though.
It is. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. It had its politicalness to it, but then sometimes it kind
To me,
sort of
okay,
didn't.
I like brave. I like a filmmaker who's brave and just goes and makes the movie, right? Like everything about Begonia would irritate the fuck out of me, but for some reason it looks absolutely insane, so I want to see it. There's another movie I want to see that looks absolutely insane and everybody hates. Can you guess what that movie is?
No, what?
Everybody hates it on both sides. On all sides, on all spectrum, they hate this movie. I must see it. It's called The Bride, and I've got to see it.
Oh yeah, I totally want to see it too.
It's gotten terrible reviews, and I have to know why. And I have a feeling that I might actually like this movie because it looks like it's completely out of its fucking mind.
It does. It looks insane. I can't. I want, but I mean, I'm not going to go see it in the theater. I'll wait till it hits digital.
You know, I might, if I could find it, if it doesn't disappear from theaters too quickly, which it probably is going to now. I would love to see it in the theater, just to see, you know. But
That movie does look batshit crazy enough for me to want to watch. I like movies like that.
right. I mean, like, and think about, I mean, like, something that John Waters said recently. He said, irony doesn't exist in movies. I can't make movies anymore because all these movies are doing what I did like 30, 40 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely. A movie like The Bride, only John Waters would have made something like that. And now
Yeah.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's coming out and doing these batshit crazy movies.
He used to be the one. He used to be the go-to guy for something like that, but he's not anymore, you know. So getting into Best Director, I have no idea. What is this? Oh, Hamnet is it's about Shakespeare, right? Yeah. Something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody decided to make a kind of
Something. How about something that's not in my wheelhouse? I have no interest.
speculative fiction. I think, you know, it's sort of like maybe like Marty Supreme in that way, where you take a character who might have been real and then kind of create a weird adventure around that character or something. There was another movie that was very similar to that. Oh, The Queen's Gambit, that one with Anya Taylor-Joy, about somebody who wasn't really real and they wanted to just sort of put her in a time period or something like that.
Yeah.
Not really sure, but
And then, of course, this director of Sentimental Value, I've never heard of them, and I have not seen the movie, so I can't speak for that. I can't. But, I mean...
Joachim Trier, Danish, Norwegian... I don't know.
Problem is, I think Paul Thomas, as much as I kind of want Ryan Coogler to get this one, I think P.T. Anderson's due.
So you think Sinners isn't going to really get anything?
Well, here's where I was going to split the difference. I think Sinners is going to take Best Picture, but I'm basing my P.T. Anderson pick off the DGA because Anderson has already won the DGA. And you know the odds on that one. That's like a 9 out of 10 chance, like a 90% chance the person who wins the DGA is going to go on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture or the Best Director, excuse me.
Right. Okay. So
that I'm going. See, here's the thing. I'm straight playing the odds. Like here's like there's the difference between gambling here. It's called playing with your heart or betting the odds. You know, like my heart wants Ryan Coogler, and I would shit a motherfucking brick if he won. Okay.
Well, what
But
I mean, like, think about it politically, though. Which movie gets it based on current politics?
You see, that
would be
rough,
PTA, wouldn't it? It would be One Battle After
Well,
Another.
I don't know. I don't know because here's the problem: the actor awards have already happened, and there's going to be a surge in voting because of that. they still had voting left, and Sinners ended up picking up that last minute boost that it needed. And that last minute boost is going to spill over into the Academy Awards. Now, I don't think it's going to spill into directing. I think P.T. Anderson is going to get it. I'm playing the odds. He's getting it. When I think Best Picture, I'm going with Sinners. I think Sinners got just enough oomph in the cannon to win.
So you think Sinners for picture, but PTA for director?
Yep, we're going to split. I'm predicting a split this year. Normally, I mean, last year was easy. Honora,
well, director,
that was the odds-on favorite. Honora was the lock of all locks last year.
That was a weird one, though.
Even though I thought Demi Moore, I was a little upset that Demi Moore did not win for Best Actress. Little upset, but Mikey Madison did deserve it, and it deserved all the awards it got. Or I don't even know if it deserved it. I don't even know if it. Okay, different discussion for different time. I'm not going to say deserved it, but did I call it? I called it. I said Honora was going to win it all, and it did.
But that's this like a movie. A lot. That's one of those movies that I had no idea what the hell it was until it was nominated, right?
Well,
okay,
I had
Hamnet,
an idea.
Marty
I had
Supreme,
an
Secret
idea.
Agent, Sentimental Value, and Train Dreams. These movies I didn't hear anything about. Oh, I didn't hear anything about Begonia either. I guess I had only heard about F1 and Frankenstein and One Battle After Another and Sinners. Those are the only movies I heard about.
The only ones I didn't hear of were Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. Train Dreams, I knew what that was about because I saw trailers for it. But it didn't interest me at all because I don't like historical dramas and family malarkey, that kind of shit. So I honestly think, we're going to split the difference this year. And if I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. Because what I'd really like is for Sinners to take it all, but it won't. You still there?
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking about actors and actresses, and I don't.
Well, I think Michael B. Okay, if I were to play I'm not going to play the odds because I think the odds are 50-50 right now. I think the actor awards opened it up. It was going to be between Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan.
Then it'll probably be Michael B. Jordan.
I think Michael B. Jordan is going to get it. I think he will be the upset. He's going to upset Timothy Chalamet.
No, as I said, I don't really think much of his acting ability. He just does the same thing every single time. He has no emotion in his face, and he says everything in the same tone of voice. I tell people this all the time. Bronwyn is unimpressed with him as well.
Well, watch. Sinners may change your mind. You never know.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Delroy Lindo's in that movie too, right? He is an actual actor. And he does do something more than just...
You see, so we'll go to actors. All I'm going to say is with actors, Jessie Buckley's going to get it because I'm playing odds. I'm playing the odds. She's the only one who's had a sweep.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, I'm thinking.
I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about... But I do know Kate Hudson is not a very good actor. Rose Byrne and Emma Stone, I do know, and they are both incredible actors. And they're very transformative. And I think Rose Byrne deserves something because she has always been reliable. It's strange.
They were saying that she could get a late surge, but Jessie Buckley's already swept pretty much everything else. So pretty much Jessie Buckley's going to win that one. I'd say if there was an upset, it's going to be Rose Byrne.
You know what's interesting about Rose Byrne? You know how she got her start?
Well, I saw her in Bridesmaids originally, and then she was in Neighbors, but I don't know.
Even earlier than that. She was one of Amidala's handmaidens in The Phantom Menace. Same as Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley and Rose Byrne.
I knew about Keira Knightlly.
They both started as Natalie Portman's handmaids, the ones that kind of look like her in the background. Yeah, it was wonderful. The first thing I saw her in where she was actually acting was she was in that really great Danny Boyle movie Sunshine, that science fiction movie. With Cillian Murphy and that great cast. Michelle Yeoh was in that too. It's one of my favorite science fiction movies.
The movie that she's in, this If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I do want to see that.
I like her.
I got in Invest Time.
I just like her. Conan O'Brien is in this movie, and Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look this sucker up and see.
It's offbeat. It looks really offbeat. You might dig it.
Psychotherapist who stretched to her limits while caring for her daughter, who has a pediatric feeding disorder that necessitates nightly supplemental feeding through a tube and participation in a day. Blah, 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 blah. Husband Charles Montauk, Long Island. Oh, it takes place in Long Island. Is this like one of these drama type things? Oh, it's an A24 deal, so it's probably going to be, I don't know, A lot of handheld photography and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird. It seemed to me that like movies are just kind of like weird now for weird's sake.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, it looks interesting. We can move on to Best Supporting Actor. This one, I got, you see, my prediction, I hate to say this, my prediction is Sean Penn. A name that fucking is poison coming out of my mouth. that name is poison. You talk about a celebrity I fucking hate. I hate that motherfucker with passion.
You know, Benicio.
But you know what? I'm putting away my hate. And I am predicting a win for this motherfucker. He's going to get 3. He's going to get his 3rd, and he doesn't deserve a goddamn one of them. Because I
feel
really,
like,
dude, I want Delroy Lindo to win.
Yeah, but I feel like public favor has kind of turned against Sean Penn in recent years because he's become a lot more political than he always was. He seems to openly support very violent insurgency among socialists and communists in other countries. I don't know if people necessarily go for that anymore, but you know.
I don't like him because of those reasons. I don't like him because he won't shut his mouth, and I don't like him because I think he's a miserable human being.
Now it's interesting.
That being fucking said, again, you gotta hate the art. You know, don't hate the art. Hate the artist.
I do. I try.
What I'm saying is, I can separate my hate, and I will say that he was very, very good in one
you know what?
battle after
Okay.
another. I will say that he was great in the movie. Okay, and if he wins, I can justifiably say it with hate. He deserves the win. However, if Delroy Lindo would be the dark horse and take it from him, that would be like, I would be jumping up and down, yelling at the fucking television.
All right, what about Benicio in the movie, though? He's in this, and he's nominated.
Benicio, you see, Benicio.
Is he okay, or is he just doing Benicio?
He was being Benicio.
So it's just like, he'll flip you. Give me the keys,
dude, again, like I said,
what the fuck?
It's Leo being Leo and Benicio being Benicio.
Okay, I recently acquired the 2010 version of The Wolfman, because I hadn't seen it. I didn't get to see it because
movie, man.
We were busy
outside of
moving.
The visual effects.
I was taking care of my daughter. She was a baby, so I never got to see it, and we didn't have any movie theaters in the area in which we were living. So I wanted to see it, and I figured if there's one person perfect to play the Wolfman in a remake of that movie, it would be Benicio. So I'm going to give it a shot next week. But
solid movie, dude. Hey, man, Joe Johnston has never made a bad movie.
It's just that, unfortunately, it cost so much money, apparently, and it didn't really make it back. So,
well, you know what? R-rated horror movies weren't big at the time, and then the main problem was that they went back, like we've talked about this. What did they do? They had all that practical shit ready to go, and then this was the movie that caused Rick Baker to get out. Because they went back and redid everything with the fucking digital. Like, remember 2011 Thing? They did the same thing with the Thing.
They did keep his makeup, though. They kept his makeup, but they just made their transformations in CGI, and that's, I guess, what soured him to the whole experience.
It's still a solid fucking movie, though, dude. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it's a solid fucking horror movie.
I mean, when you go from, like, you have David Naughton turning into a werewolf in a living room,
and you can never
and then you go to
it.
This,
that's the thing. You get the 1-2 punch. You get 81. And yeah, one of them one's Rick Baker, the other's Rob Bottin. 81 was American Werewolf in London. You have what is arguably the greatest transformation sequence of all time.
Yeah, that and the howling, and they're both
will never be topped.
In
it
camera,
will never be topped.
In-camera transformation effects. Rick Baker did screw around a little bit with makeup for the Jack Nicholson Wolf movie, but they didn't really do much. They just they gave him hair. They just gave him hair.
What I was going to say about 1982 is then you follow that up with The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing. I mean, it's just great.
Which is the two, arguably, like literally, the two greatest movies of all time to use in-camera practical makeup effects.
Did The Thing even get nominated for anything?
I'm sorry, number 3 is Day of the Dead, but after, what was your question?
Did The Thing get nominated for any Oscars?
No, it did not.
Not even for those visual effects?
No, it did not. Luckily, Rob Bottin would eventually go on to win. He won in 1990 for Total Recall. He won that one unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
They literally said there was no other movie that year that even came fucking close how visually stunning Total Recall was, where it was kind of like every movie gave up and said, Rob Bottin, you win.
I want to make sure that Frankenstein. Hang on a second.
What's that now?
I just want to make sure that I can see Frankenstein because I figured maybe next week. Yeah, it's still here.
But it's on Netflix.
Right, good. Because sometimes they remove it when it gets popular, like they did with a couple other movies.
Well, they can't. It's a Netflix movie. It had a theater window, but it's staying on Netflix.
So what I want to do is watch. I guess I'll watch Del Toro's, even though.
Again, it's just those guys being those guys. I'm telling you, I say this about one battle after another. You come for Leo and Benicio, you stay for Sean Penn.
Well, Jacob Elordi is nominated as the creature for Frankenstein. Jacob Elordi is a name that I've only heard recently in relation to the new Wuthering Heights movie that just came out.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about it is, he's the only one that I don't really know because I've never seen him in anything. I do know Benicio. Because he'll flip you for real.
We know everybody on this list.
Delroy Lindo, I've seen in a million different things. Sean Penn, of course. Sean Penn is an actor who is another actor I dislike intensely. And I was thinking about this because we were watching Tommy today. The movie was Tommy by, Ken Russell.
Ken Russell, yeah, I was going to say Ken Russell.
And
Tommy.
we remember our conversation about Oliver Reed. And I was telling you how much I love Oliver Reed. I dislike Nicolas Cage, but I love Oliver Reed. Sean Penn is another actor I dislike intensely. I just do. I don't know why.
I do too. I mean,
it has nothing to do with his ability. Sean Penn is a fine actor, I guess. Yeah. Nicolas Cage is an okay actor, I guess. I just dislike them, and I dislike the performances. Nicolas Cage, 2 movies I enjoy of his are Raising Arizona and Vampire's Kiss. And everything else I can do.
I enjoy more than that. I mean, I'm not going to name them, but I do, dude. I like Nicolas Cage.
No, as for Sean Penn, I would say,
dude, he's a weird actor, but you know what? He's a good human.
Now, with Sean Penn, I would say probably he did this movie with Ali Sheedy a long time ago called Bad Boys. I really like that one a lot.
Great fucking dude. His early shit's great.
And but also I enjoyed him in Dead Man Walking. I thought he was good. Oh, he's okay. Too. Okay, At Close Range. Do you remember that one? I think that was with him.
Fuck yeah, man, with Mein Walkenführer.
Was that Christopher Walken? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, Mein Walkenführer.
Those were okay. Yeah.
Great fucking movie, dude.
These days, no, I don't like him. I just don't. Now, Stellan Skarsgård is a great actor. He's
amazing
great
actor.
He was wonderful in. What was it? Breaking the Waves? Breaking the Waves, Lars von Trier. Also Melancholia, Lars von Trier. But he was also great in those Thor movies. The first 2 Thor movies he was great in.
Good Will Hunting, that's where I mainly know him.
Yeah, that's right. Good Will Hunting, he was wonderful in that. Good Will Hunting, that's one of those movies that I kind of look back on and think, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it now. It's like there were some really great movies. Have you ever? This is a great question for you because I've never asked you. Was there ever a movie that you loved when you saw it, and then maybe you looked at it again?
Backpedaled on? Oh, quite a few.
10 years later, you look back on it. And
I backpedaled. I hate to say this, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Okay.
I loved that movie when I was a kid. When I say loved, with a capital L and a lot of U's, big ones.
Not that Elvira is anything to sneeze at, but something serious. Something serious.
Something serious, but trying to remember movies I really liked, but I fell off on. Oh shit! You're gonna have to come back to me on a couple of those.
Some movies get some movies do get better for me.
Avatar. I will say Avatar. I fell off on.
Avatar. Okay, I did not. I don't know. I never liked that. I mean, I showed it to Regan because it felt like it was something like, and she didn't really like it all that much either. Even at her age, she didn't really like Avatar. For me, Good Will Hunting is a movie that I really enjoyed when I first saw. It didn't age well for me. American Beauty is another one that I thought was brilliant when I first saw it.
Still love it. Maybe, but I will say I don't love it as much as I did. I can think of better movies that came out in '99 that year. Yeah. 99 was a great year for movies. I mean, and there are some movies that only got better for me. Like I mentioned Tommy to you. Tommy was a movie when I first saw it. I was like a kid. I was like, "Oh my god, what is this?" But then I watched it later, and it got better for me as I grew up. As I got older, for some reason, it makes more sense to me now. I don't know why. My prime example on that is Fight Club.
Which one?
because I can Fight Club.
Oh, Fight Club.
And Fight Club and John Carpenter's The Thing. Those are my two prime examples. Fight Club, what I can say is I really did not like it the first time I saw it, but that's because I was a dumb high schooler. Okay, and then when I got over drinking age and got to college, and then I watched it again, then I totally changed my mind on it. Like literally flipped the script. Now it's like one of my all-time favorite movies. And then John Carpenter's The Thing, and then this also extends to Blade Runner. Not impressive the first time I watched them, but only grew to love them more as time went on, and now they are all-time favorites.
That's unusual because for me, The Thing and Blade Runner were movies I loved immediately upon seeing, and then they turned into incredible classics or legendary, iconic movies later on too.
You see, they're there with me too. It's just, but those movies started off slow for me. Like they were movies I liked, but there was a shred of goodness in each of them that made me kept coming back. You know, and then I kept finding more greatness in each movie, and then that love built. You know, that's why I love those movies, because they're an organic love. They are movies that you didn't love right away, but then the love became deep. You know, and the other one I can say is Donnie Darko was the same way, because I had to watch it 3 fucking times in order to get it.
Actually, well, yeah, Donnie Darko was a movie I did enjoy.
Or I should say, at least to come to my own interpretation.
I still continue to enjoy it, but you know, I just try to avoid this director's cut that's always being put.
Yeah, I don't like. I always say it's Donnie Darko with Cliff Notes, and it's better with.
We don't really need that. We don't need.
You
that.
don't need the Cliff
Notes.
It's
a better experience to just go
having your
into.
own interpretation of how things come out. And that's the great thing about the movies, because no one will ever agree on how it ends, but everyone can agree that it's okay to have your own interpretation on how you think it ends.
All right, now there is one movie in here that I was hearing about all year. I mean, I was hearing about this movie, and it only gets one nomination that I see here, and it's Weapons. Weapons, I've heard, is a decent movie.
Now I will. I got my discussion for that one. You're gonna love this one. Okay. I did not write a review for Weapons. I wanted to keep that to myself. Okay, I kept that to myself for quite a few reasons. Number one, I did see Weapons. I thought it was a very good movie. I thought it was a solid 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10.
It seems different. It does seem different.
Most of that score is going to go to Amy Madigan. Because when I watched this movie, the first thing I said is Amy Madigan is getting nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
I called it. Like, I called that right when I saw it. I said, she is getting nominated for an Academy Award. You just watch. And
Amy Madigan,
she fucking did.
She always is good, and no matter what she's in, no matter what how small the part. Like, for example, Streets of Fire. She's one of the great things about that movie.
Streets of Fire, yep, one of my all-time favorite movies.
You know, and she was in Places in the Heart. She was in Uncle Buck. I mean, she just whatever movie she's in, she always makes better for being in it.
Field of Dreams, Gone Baby Gone. Amazing actress, amazing. And let me tell you, man, she fucking brings it in this movie. This is. What docked this score is I absolutely hate it. I hated the ending. I love / hated the ending because it ended in the worst way possible with on-screen text, and that is the one of my cheats in Hollywood that I fucking hate.
Like you mean like a quote? Like there was a quote or something?
Yes, I hate that. That is the biggest cheat in Hollywood.
It is. Yeah, it is. When they put that there, they try to make it. They try to make it look as though like it's more important than it is or something by doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, other than that, you see, that's what really killed the score for me that is something for me. That is my score docker. You don't walk away from that with me. I will deduct you massive points for that. That is a cheat.
That was,
I hate that cheat.
Like there were 2 movies that did that for me. One was Pulp Fiction and the other one was Dogma. And then after that, they just kept doing it. And they kept doing it over and over again for all these other movies.
What? What do you mean?
By putting on-screen text before the beginning of the movie.
No, I'm talking at the end of the damn movie.
And beginning, same for me. It's the same. Well, it's the same idea.
What I'm just saying is, like, you broke the thing with me. Like, the 2 movies I can think of where I hated it the most was Man on Fire and, of course, Unbreakable. They use the on-screen text. I hate that shit. Like you knew there's a better ending. Now, in the case of each of those movies that I just mentioned, there were better endings that existed. Like in the case of Man on Fire, there was a better ending. There was a way better ending that was shot, that was filmed, that they didn't fucking use.
Mm.
And then when you see that ending, you say, why didn't they use this ending? That was studio meddling right there, man.
You
The
know,
studio fucked that ending up.
this is interesting
hard.
because this movie it made money. This movie made money on a $40 million
Hell yeah,
budget. It made almost $300 million. You know, the thing is, I don't know why people can't take cues from that and understand we need to move away from reboots and remakes and try to
and do something
focus.
original. The movie was original as shit. Again, I just hated the way it ended. And that's the point, Doc. Other than that, great story. I love, every aspect of where that movie went to. The build was this grand crescendo, and then for me it was just like thud. Right on the last note, it was a fucking thud. And I'm just like, oh, well, at least the lead up was great. It was almost like having a great blowjob, only for you not being able to frick in her mouth.
Yes. That's
literally how you dock a score. You just say
that should have been at the top of the poster.
But it would have been awesome if I could have bricked in your mouth. You see that was the ending you didn't want.
It could have that could have just been put at the top of the poster by the person reviewing the movie. I guess it's like a good blowjob, but without
without a great finish. It was just like an excellent blowjob, but a bad finish. But you still get an A for or a B for effort. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, I left satisfied, right? So.
Wow, there's a bunch of people in this movie too, huh?
Yeah, Amy, excellent casting in Weapons. Weapons was a great, like I said, that bad thud they had that what made me kill my review on it because, and I found out a lot of people are kind of in the now with me. They kind of agreed. They said most of that movie was great. It just ended with a thud, But I enjoyed it. I called Amy Madigan. I honestly think she's going to win. The dark horse on this is going to be Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners. I think she's the other odds-on favorite. Having seen One Battle After Another, Tiana Taylor, I think that is a ceremonial nomination. While she was good in the movie, she's not in it a lot.
But remember Judi Dench. She did win an Oscar for like 5 seconds in that Judi Shakespeare in Love. But that was Harvey,
Tiana
probably.
Taylor wasn't it, dude. I don't think Tiana Taylor was in it enough to even warrant the nomination. I just think it was a mercenary nomination. It has nothing to do with her race. I don't think that. I don't even think in that way. I just thought while she was good in the movie, she wasn't in it enough to warrant the nomination.
I don't know. You think, okay, but you did say PTA would probably get it for Best Strike. I don't know if he would because I don't know if we're there anymore.
Again,
I don't know if we're
DGA,
there anymore.
DGA, Steve, that's the only argument.
Yeah, but that was weeks before. People might have changed their minds on this because this is a movie that is overtly political. And
remember what I told
political.
you? I said I'm going with the odds instead of my heart. I told you, heart is Ryan Coogler. Heart is him. But I'm going with the odds, and I'm still going for Anderson.
I'll say heart for me. I know nothing of this. I'm going to say it's going to be Chloe Zhao, because
no.
The only reason for that,
off, man, okay?
I'm just saying
Your horse just limped out of the gate.
I'm just saying. I know nothing of these movies. I'm just saying Spielberg is connected to this movie, and he's overdue for another Oscar, and it would probably go to her.
Yes,
that's the only thing I can think of is that Spielberg is overdue for another Oscar.
Yeah, and I think your horse is on its way to the glue factory. Okay.
No, I think they might have gone for the Fabelmans. They might have, but they decided not to. And I think this is their Fabelmans for the year. I don't know. For some reason, he's attached to this movie as a producer. But
the next two, and these are the other above boards, and then from there on out, it's who cares. I'm going on screenplay. This is an easy one. Sinners for original, One Battle After Another for adapted. No argument. There's no other argument I need.
It's based on a book by Pynchon.
That's how it's going. That's a lock. These two are 100% locks. And do I think something is deserving of the other? No.
Okay, well, I'll give you this. Animated feature, K-pop Demon Hunters, just because everybody talked about it.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. K-pop Demon Hunters is a fucking
That's
lot.
a foregone conclusion. Now, international feature, okay, this is my problem here. You have 10 nominees for Best Picture, and already two of these are in the international feature film, which takes away from any other value any other feature films might have. So how can something be in
I'm
Best
just now
International?
noticing that. That's kind of a cheat. That's a very severe cheat that two of the international films are in on the... but they already know they don't have a chance in hell. But what that basically says, though, I think what that says is, hey, guess what, people? It's going to come down to this movie or this movie.
Yeah, and it's unfair. It shouldn't be like that. They should not be doing this. I know Parasite did it. Parasite won for international and for Best Picture.
Well, to be honest, Parasite. Now that was a weird year because everybody and their mother knew that Parasite was going to get international film. Nobody thought it was going to get that last minute surge and fucking take the big three.
Yeah.
Nobody thought it was going to pull that one off.
And also, Uncut Gems is completely shut out of the category as well. And
Yeah, that was that was undeserving. That now that's where you say that's an Oscar flub, or that was a movie that deserved to get now.
I guess they feel like they need to include all these things, but the thing is, other like similar Academy Award type ceremonies in different countries don't have this kind of a situation or this kind of a policy. And they certainly don't have 10 nominees, and they don't have international feature films. They just sort of have films, and there it is. It doesn't. There's no best American. No, there was no best American feature film though. It was just in the feature film category because our movies get released over there, so they're part of their landscape. But their movies get released over here, therefore they're part of our landscape. Therefore, we should just completely get rid of the international feature film category and just dump movies in there that are good enough to be part of that list. You have 10 nominees, and only half of them really deserve to be there. So why not make it an international category? Meaning put whatever movie you feel you need to put in there. You know, Sentimental Value and The Secret Agent are international, meaning they're foreign films, but they got nominated. So there's no point to having this category anymore. It doesn't exist.
Or it also goes to say that maybe there were other American-made movies that year that weren't up to snuff, so they had to throw
of the 10,
in there.
I'll tell you this: Frankenstein should not be nominated. I'm not sure about F1 because F1 seems like a crowd-pleasing kind of movie anyway. I mean, they feel that crowd-pleasing movies should be in there, but the thing is,
they say that's the big Hollywood movie, you know, like the big Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah. We talked about this a couple of years ago. Remember, where we talked about
a movie that was made to be a blockbuster, not an unexpected success.
There's a big box office blockbuster. There's the left field nomination. There's the quirky nomination. There's the established cinema filmmaker nomination. Mm-hmm. And then there's the first time director nomination type thing. That's generally the kind of nominations you get, right?
Yeah, and we got it all in spades this year.
But I only gave you like 4 or 5 possible categories, so therefore there should only be 4 or 5 movies. We shouldn't have 10 movies. They're trying to say, oh, movies are better than ever. No, they're not. Movies are actually worse. They're a lot worse than they've ever been, and they're just doubling down on this. They're doubling down on this idea.
Yeah. But every once in a while, you get a good movie that comes out, you know?
What was what was the last year before we got the 10 nominations? What year was it?
Oh, 2008. That was the last year, Slumdog year.
Right. So 2008 Oscars. Was that the okay?
Yeah, that was the easy one because that was Dark Knight. I always remember that. 2009 was the first year where the field was expanded to over 5.
Okay, so 2009, you say, was the first year to expand
where it was expanded.
Right. So let's just. Well, no, I think you mean 2010. The 2010 Oscars.
Oh, the 2010 Oscars, but the year of 2009. So the 2010 Oscars.
So your Best Picture nominees for that year were Slumdog Millionaire, and that's definitely that is the year that it ended. Slumdog Millionaire. I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was great. Benjamin Button was an okay movie. I liked that one. Frost Nixon was an okay movie. I liked it. Milk I never saw. And The Reader I really did enjoy. I think all of these.
The year of Dark Knight was the greatest movie ever made that year and deserved an Oscar nomination because every single movie that came out was meh.
I'd have to disagree. I really did not like the Dark Knight.
It was good to see Danny Boyle get a fucking Oscar just because he made Trainspotting.
Slumdog Millionaire was okay. I think my favorite, this is a toughie because, there's a movie I always go back to. I think The Reader is the one I really enjoy.
I will say this, okay? Here's what I will say. I'll split the difference with you, okay? Slumdog Millionaire was the least movie released out of all the nominations. So I guess it deserved its fucking win.
Actually, Frost Nixon was really quite good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Benjamin. There is a difference here. Okay, this is 5 movies, right? And the only one I told you I didn't see or didn't. Yeah, I didn't see
Ron,
Milk.
Ron Howard has made way better movies than that, so that's why that movie.
He
it's not
has.
because I didn't like it. It's because it was this a fucking pointing compared to Ron Howard's other work.
Oh yeah, we watched Splash the other day, and it was really good. But but
I know A Beautiful Mind is a bunch of bullshit, but I love that fucking movie. That's a movie I've kind of grown soft on, and go back to another point, because I found out how much bullshit it was. But I can raise you with Cinderella Man, because that movie, you talk about a movie that should have gotten more Oscar nominations, my friend. Cinderella Man deserves.
Well, when it comes to Ron Howard,
man.
I enjoy.
The only thing, the only thing I hate
stuff
about that movie is they dramatized the whole Max Bear thing.
I like that when people don't take themselves too seriously. That's important for me now, especially now more than ever. I'm 53, and I don't like it when movies take themselves too seriously. You know, even Slumdog Millionaire had a case of kind of like, you know.
Oh,
hey,
see, that's why I like. You see, that's why I like Sinners, dude. I'm sorry to cut you off. I apologize. That's why I like Sinners, because in spite of its greatness, it did not take itself too seriously. That movie was just like, movie built, man. That movie had a great build. It just had this. You see, that movie you talk about. You see, there was my satisfying ending. There was my happy blowjob ending.
Okay.
I love how that movie ended. I absolutely adore that.
Okay, you're gonna have a lot to answer for if I don't like this movie tomorrow.
Well, because here's the thing. Okay,
We're gonna watch it tomorrow.
I rarely say this in a horror movie. All I'm gonna say is this. Okay, the right people lived. The right people died. And the right people lived at the right time, and they all died at the right fucking time.
Right. Okay.
And I think, and that's rare in a horror movie. That's very rare, where they get it right.
There were
where they nail and how they nail the people who turn, because you obviously know it's the vampires and all this other stuff. You know that going in. Okay, I just love how they end it.
Do you really? I mean, like, do you really think Heath Ledger should have won for The Dark Knight?
Yes, 100 times. Yes,
really.
I've always thought that.
Really, with Robert Downey Jr. made himself look like a black man in Tropic Thunder.
Okay, dude, that was the okay. Robert Downey Jr. was never in a million years going to win, even though people think he should have. Okay, he realistically was never going to win.
I don't know. Heath Ledger did not impress me. I thought he was doing.
Fine. You know who deserved to be nominated and win? Fucking Tom Cruise. Okay, is Les Grossman.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Again, makeup, but he did a great job. He was an okay. Yeah, he did a fine job.
He played Harvey Weinstein to a T. Or not Harvey Weinstein. Not Joel. Excuse me. Back that one up.
You would
he
say
played Joel Silver perfectly.
You would say that it's a bad optic for Robert Downey Jr. to win that Oscar, but he really did transform himself. I mean, that is what an actor's supposed to do. Heath Ledger didn't impress me because I felt like he was doing a Jack Nicholson impersonation most of the time.
No, you see, that's you. That
Constantine was doing
original,
this thing where he was
I don't
talking
get
like
it.
that,
You see,
the whole thing.
here's what I don't understand about you. I should be the rougher critic, and I'll tell you why. I should be the rougher critic. Because summer 89, you were freaking 16 years old. Or not 16, excuse me. You were 17 years old. I keep forgetting your time. Okay.
89?
Okay, hold on. I was 7 years old.
I was 16.
So you're 16. So 89, you were 16, summer 89?
Yeah.
Okay. Summer 89, I was 6. Okay, when Batman came out. 6-year-old me fucking loved the Joker, man. Loved that movie and did not think it could ever be topped. Along comes Heath Ledger. Okay, I'm the rougher critic because I'm the 6-year-old kid who gets blown away by seeing Batman on the big screen for his first time.
Mm-hmm.
You're 17. You can be a little bit rougher of a critic. I don't understand how my love for that movie is deeper than yours, or your love is deeper than mine.
Well, Batman, the 1989 Batman to me is the Batman by which all other Batman movies should be judged.
And this is true. I've always said that. That is my number 2 greatest superhero film of all time.
And what irritates me about Nolan's Batman is that he tries to turn it into a psychological case study for every villain that he has. And
you see, I don't
like
that.
These are supposed to be cartoon villains. They're not supposed to be. Batman is not supposed to be graphically violent. It's based on a comic book. This is how we viewed comic books. See, this is where we differ. When I was a kid, the comic book movie was a comic book movie. It was not some horrible expose on violence or philosophy course. You know, it's like Nolan. Okay, to me, Nolan is just he's a mediocre filmmaker after Memento. I don't think he's that great. I did not.
Okay.
I did not enjoy.
You're telling me, I just got to say one movie here. You can't knock Insomnia, though. Knock anything else other than you will. I will let you knock what you want to knock, but you are not knocking Insomnia.
I can't. No, I'm not going to knock Insomnia. But the thing is, what he did right there was he left the story alone, and actually he did the opposite of what George Lewis. What's his name? I don't know. I forget the guy who did The Vanishing. He remade his own movie in America.
I know what you're talking about,
and he ruined it. He ruined the ending because the original movie was devastating. The ending of that movie was a devastating movie. It made you want to kill yourself watching it. He changed the ending and made heroes, and he had villains get their just desserts. Now, what Nolan did was he stuck to the original script of Insomnia. Stellan Skarsgård was in the original movie, and it was a fantastic movie, and he made a great remake that was almost shot for shot, really, except he put American actors in there. You know, he had Al Pacino, Martin Donovan, and Robin Williams in those roles. Robin Williams does a great job.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Insomnia is not a Christopher Nolan movie. It was an assignment. He did so well in Memento that Warner Brothers gave him this opportunity to remake Insomnia, and so he showed the movie the appropriate respect by not fucking with it.
As John Travolta once said, sometimes do your best work when you got a gun to your head.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, you'll notice that Insomnia, it didn't do that well. It did well enough for him to continue to get work. And that's when he got. What was the next one after that?
That right there is where I leave you alone, because I know we are going to differ, but where we agree is that at least, collectively he's made two great movies, and I think
and what's more, he kept that bleak ending, and Warner Brothers allowed him to keep that ending.
I love those two movies. I think those are the two best movies he ever made. Okay.
Following. I mean, like his first movie, he made a movie for no money called Following. It was written by his brother. That's a really good movie too. It's only after you realize, when you get to Tenet, you realize he's got his head up his ass. And
well, yeah, and that Tenet is a head up your, and I can agree that movie is head up your ass. That movie is suck your own dick worthy. Okay.
Well, I'll go head up your ass. I don't want to go with dick sucking and all that.
Yeah, that I will even say that movie is Nolan sucking his own dick. Okay, hey, dude, Jim Cameron. Okay, Jim Cameron is fucking guilty of that too. Quite a few filmmakers are guilty of sucking their own cock. All right.
I mean, like, what the hell is Cameron doing, continuing to make Avatar movies? I mean, like, it's
okay.
I feel like he lost the plot.
There are many filmmakers. There is more than not. Okay, are guilty of this. Even Tarantino is fucking guilty of this.
Yes. That's why I say the classic era of Tarantino ended with Death Proof. I want to say after Death Proof, he kind of goes into a new era.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It would have.
That's when he does Jank. Well, that's when he did that new era started with Bastards, and then that kicked off the historical era. He had I didn't like Inglourious Basterds when I first saw it, but it improved for me on subsequent viewings. I still don't like Django, but I do like Hateful Eight. There are problems I have with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because this is a different Tarantino. Because I felt if this was the Tarantino of Reservoir Dogs, this would have been a completely different movie. Well, in the spirit of Oscar season, I will tell you my Inglourious Basterds story.
Okay.
When I saw it in the theaters 3 times, I loved it that much. I think that movie is my second favorite Tarantino movie, actually. Most people would say Django. I go and say Bastards. It's my second favorite Tarantino movie. The only why it's number 2 is because when I first saw it, when I saw Christoph Waltz on that screen, and when that movie ended, I said that man is winning a fucking Academy Award.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It is a good movie for people who want to study film. It's a good movie for that reason. Django, the only thing I liked about Django was the relationship between Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz. That's the only thing I liked. I didn't like anything else.
I love Christoph Waltz in that movie. Now, I prefer Han? That's why Django is number 3.
But we like you and me. We like Christoph Waltz. We did a whole show about him.
We did, and I think his performance in Bastards is better than his performance in Django. That being said, both of them are worthy of their Oscar wins. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think it's just a little too.
Allow me to suck at my own cock and say I would not have it any other way. Because
I just don't like
with me that other actors would deserve it more than Christoph Waltz did. I say fuck you. No.
I just don't like when Tarantino pulls punches and changes history. You know, that's the one thing I don't. I mean, like, these are like real people, so it's like, you know, the Manson family gets killed by Brad Pitt, you know, before they're able to commit murders, and Hitler is murdered by the guys in Inglourious Basterds before he gets a chance to completely destroy half of Europe. You know, I don't like that, because I think reality is far more interesting than trying to rewrite
And
it.
you see, but in Django, even though it's fiction, it's very realistic.
It's a revenge fantasy, though, and it's something.
Yeah, it's revenge fantasy, but it's captured perfectly. Like, it's just like, now Bastards, while it's revisionist, it's historically accurate to a point. I'm sure their movie has its faults in certain
To a
places.
point. To a point.
To a point, but it's accurate.
I just think it could,
Django's-
if it were Tarantino from the Reservoir Dogs period, where he didn't give a fuck and just did what he wanted to do, the Django and Once Upon a Time would have been better movies for it. I think he got married. He has children. It kind of mellowed him out. He feels like he has some kind of responsibility, and he shouldn't, because no filmmaker should feel responsible for anything except to entertain, to give to people what they want. You know.
Say what you will, man. Like, dude.
Like, I hope
When it
whenever he
comes to-
gets to his final movie, I want that old Tarantino to come back.
Oh, so
and make
do I.
that
I
movie.
want the old Tarantino. I want the I don't give a fuck Tarantino to come.
You know, like
I miss-
Death Proof. You know how Death Proof ended? It ended with Rosario Dawson lifting her leg and crushing Kurt Russell's
Yes,
skull.
yes. I'll give it that. You know, great.
He
great
doesn't do
last
that
clip.
anymore.
I'll
He
give it
doesn't
that.
do that anymore. You know.
And that's my least favorite Tarantino movie. I still like it, but it's still my least favorite.
I enjoy the hell out of Grindhouse. I love the whole thing from start to finish. You know.
Oh, as a cohesive work, I love Grindhouse, but you know, separately, I'd rather take Planet Terror over Death Proof.
Planet Terror is fun. I mean, well, Rodriguez is fun. Rodriguez is fun, and you know.
Speaking of fun, you ever heard of that movie Cold Storage?
Cold Storage. It sounds familiar.
Well, Return of the Living Dead meets Creepshow, meets the Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill segment in Creepshow.
Oh man. Cold Storage, you say?
Yes.
Any kind of accolades or anything?
Just that it's a solid horror movie.
Cold Storage.
Like, it's just a solid horror flick. Liam Neeson, Joe Keery from Stranger Things, and then that's pretty much. Kevin Bacon's kid at the very beginning, and that's about it. There's a
Vanessa
African-American
Redgrave is in
actress.
this damn movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's
Liam
an
Neeson.
African American actress in this movie. She was in something I knew, but I don't remember her name.
Which who?
She's like second billing or third billing.
There's a Georgina Campbell. Is that who you're talking
Yeah,
about?
Georgina Campbell. That's her. I don't know what I've seen.
She looks
what I've seen her
familiar.
in.
She was where the hell? You know, it's interesting also, I want to point out on the Wikipedia that there are several movies that are nominated for Oscars that have no Wikipedia entry, meaning they couldn't even get descriptions for Wikipedia.
Oh wow.
I'll tell you what those are in a minute. Oh, she was in Hang the DJ. Okay, that was an episode of Black Mirror. That's one of my favorite episodes of Black Mirror, actually. She was in King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. She was in Barbarian. She was in Bird Box.
Barbarian.
Barcelona.
That's what I recognize from. Great movie.
The Watchers, Influencers. Yeah, she was in this episode of Black Mirror that's one of my favorites called Hang the DJ. Yeah, this okay. This is interesting. This just came out. You just saw this?
Yeah.
Just came out. In fact, it just came out exactly 1 month ago.
Yep.
I guess you were sailing the high seas when you found this movie.
Oh, of course, I was sailing them high seas.
Yeah, David Koepp. Oh, apparently he wrote
Yep.
He wrote the book and
That
he
was
wrote a
another reason.
screenplay.
Of course, David Koepp. You know, fucking solid screenwriter, man.
He's one of the great. Yeah, he's one of those
Yep.
great ones. Hey, you know what I showed Regan recently? After Regan graduated from high school, I showed her all her favorite movies, and Gina Davis is one of her favorite actors. So I showed her The Long Kiss Goodnight, which
And what'd she think?
she liked it a lot. She did because she
damn
just
well- she damn well
loves
better have.
she loves Gina Davis. Now Long Kiss
Please tell me
Goodnight.
please tell me she likes Earth Girls Are Easy.
What, son? What was that?
Please tell me she likes Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yes, she likes that movie. She loves Beetlejuice. And
The Fly.
She loves The Fly, of course, yeah. And also, I showed her Quick Change for the first time with Bill Murray. She liked that one too.
Great. Transylvania 65000?
I haven't shown her that one yet.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
It's hard to find, you know. I have to find
Isn't
it.
it on Tubi?
I don't do Tubi. I do other things. Like I try
What's
to buy.
on Tubi, dude?
I'll probably,
Transylvania 6...
if I get that, I'm gonna get it on DVD or Blu-ray if I can.
I have it on DVD. Dude, I still have that fucking movie on DVD. I have it on DVD and Laserdisc. I have never upgraded.
It just shows up. It shows up on cable a lot, but I cut all my premium services.
It shows up on streaming all the time.
I do want her to see it because she loves Jeff Goldblum too, and Jeff Goldblum.
Oh hell yeah, she'll love that movie.
Even though she's not Jeff Goldblum's love interest, she's Ed Begley Jr.'s love interest.
Oh yeah, dude, it's on everything, man. It's on Prime, it's on Fossum, it's on Plex, it's on Tubi, it's on fucking everything, man.
We did we did a show. Don't you remember? We did.
Yeah, of course I remember. That was one of our earliest episodes.
Did we do all three of their movies together, or did we do just Earth Girls Are Easy and Transylvania 65000?
I know we definitely did Earth Girls Are Easy and Transylvania 65000. I think we did The Fly.
It's interesting because
I sound so stupid when I say that because I'm so baked out of my head right now.
But okay, we just recently watched. Do you remember the Ringo Starr movie Caveman?
I remember it, never seen it.
Well,
but I know because he married who starred in it.
Yeah, he married Barbara Bach, but it was written and directed by Rudy DeLuca, who would go on to do Transylvania 65000.
Ah.
Oh God.
My bad, Johnny.
For some reason, it's
sorry, I did not know that.
These Blu-rays are insane. They're like all $50 for some reason.
Yeah, that's why I mean I'm upset that I missed out on a few, but I'm grateful for the ones that I've gotten in life. Like I've seen, dude. One of my all-time great gifts. I'm so happy that I got Brubaker when I did.
Brubaker, wow.
Yeah, because dude, I got Brubaker for like $2, brand new. That one, like brand new, goes for like $80.
Okay, this is really strange. It's available as part of a 2-pack, and the other movie is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. That's very strange for $12.
What?
Okay.
Was that Blu-ray?
No, it's just a DVD.
Oh, DVD. That's the old double feature. I think that's the old. That's the old shitty Image double feature. Ugh.
It might. Yeah, I think it's. Oh,
that's compressed.
Actually, it says Anchor Bay.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it's Anchor Bay.
Oh, if you were guaranteed an Anchor Bay copy, it's worth getting.
You can't find Transylvania 65000 by itself on any DVD that's being manufactured in the U.S. These are all Region B. DVD titles, apparently. And
I've got the original Region 1 DVD. I still got it.
Well, all right. So let's wrap up the Oscars. What was I going to say? I wasn't going to say anything, was I? Let me see. I have no idea. 98th. This is going to be on Sunday. Hopefully I get this episode out before then so people can listen to us ruminating on this shit and then not care later, the day later.
I just want to see if I'm going for broke this year, if I'm right, because I think I'm gonna. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be happy to be wrong. I'm gonna be happy to be right, but I'm gonna be so even happier to be wrong.
Okay, let's break down your picks one more time. Best Picture, you say Sinners.
Sinners.
Best Director?
I think Sinners by a hair. By a
cunt hair.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson. Best
Paul
Actor.
Thomas Anderson. But if Ryan Coogler gets it, I'm going to be very, very I'm going to be a very, very, very happy man if Ryan Coogler gets it.
Right. Now, Best Actor, you said what?
Michael B. Jordan. I'm calling it. I am going with heart. I'm gonna say heart over odds, because the odds-on favorite is Chalamet. He is the odds-on favorite, but I'm going to go against the odds-on favorite. I think Michael B. Jordan's going to sneak in with a come-from-behind win. I'm calling it.
Okay, Best Actress, you said Jessie Buckley, right?
Jessie Buckley, because she's above board. That's straight-up odds, 100% playing the favorite. I am playing the favorite.
And Best Supporting...
As Richard Dreyfuss said in Let It Ride, I put 20 on the favorite.
Okay. And Best Actor, you said begrudgingly Sean Penn, right?
Supporting actor, begrudgingly Sean Penn, but I have also said will be a very happy camper, will be crying tears of joy if I see Delroy Lindo win for Best Supporting Actor. I would love to see him win.
All right, Best Actress, you say Amy Madigan, right?
Amy Madigan, I'm going to call it. She's going to win.
Okay, Best Writing Original, you said Sinners?
Original screenplay will be Sinners, and adapted screenplay will be One Battle After Another.
Okay. Animated
And
feature
animated
film, we all agree on K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters for animated.
International?
And then now music. This one is another. The also rans are the minors. Best score is going to go to Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. That is a lock. That is a 100% lock. Sinners is also going to get cinematography. Sinners is also going to get visual effects. Those are lock categories for me.
All right.
Costume design. No, costume design is not a lock because it's up against Hamnet and a few others. That one is not a lock. I'm trying to think of other locks. Now I'm going visual effects, cinematography, score. Can you check and see if it's up for best original song? I think it might be. No, you know what?
Best original song?
K-pop Demon Hunters is going to get that. That's a lock. That's a lock.
Is that from
the K-pop Demon Hunter movie?
Wait a minute. Yeah, Golden. Okay.
Yeah, Golden's not going to win. K-pop Demon Hunter.
There's a documentary about Diane Warren.
No.
That's weird.
Too bad. She's never won an Oscar. But yeah, my other locks, like I said, are said it for the umpteenth time, but I'll say it one more time. Locks on the minor categories are all going to be Sinners related. Best musical score, best cinematography, and what is it? Best visual effects. Yeah, those are going to be the big ones.
The Smashing Machine is nominated though for best makeup and hairstyle.
It's not going to win. Not going to win. What are the other? What's it up against? Tell me what it's up against. I'll tell you.
Makeup and hairstyle. It's up against
Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a lot.
Frankenstein, Kokuho, Sinners, Smashing Machine, Ugly Stepsister.
Nah, Frankenstein. Frankenstein's going to win that one. That's a fucking.
Avatar got nominations for costume design and visual effects.
You see, I know Sinners is going up against Hamnet in that category. I know that for a fact, and I won't call it because that's too close to call. It's either going to be Hamnet or it's going to be Sinners, or Frankenstein could come in from behind and swoop that one. So
you really think? I don't think Frankenstein's going to get anything. I don't think it is. It's going
to get makeup.
There've been too many. There've been too many adaptations of Frankenstein.
But it's going to get makeup. It's Guillermo del Toro. It's a guaranteed makeup win because it's Guillermo del fucking Toro. Guaranteed win in the makeup department.
I'm sure he has had better makeup in other movies. Hell, Mimic.
Probably, but it's a. It's
or
a
Hellboy.
Dude, Hellboy. But it's a guaranteed win for Del Toro. So that one gets it. Visual effects, but I'm giving visual to Sinners. Mainly because that's going to, I guarantee you this, man. Okay, I want to, let's go back to the Wayback Machine, Mr. Peabody, because I want to tell you about the one I called last time. I'm going to call this one again. I'm going to tell you remember how I called Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
How I said that if the Whale won for Best Makeup, which it did, that meant Brendan Fraser was going to win for Best Actor, and he won. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I'm going to call Michael B. Jordan. If Sinners wins Best Visual Effects, it will be strictly because Michael B. Jordan played off himself, and that Michael B. Jordan will win Best Actor.
Okay. All right.
That's how I'm going to fucking call it going down. You watch me be right.
Now, a lot of people...
That's okay, or as we'd say in the sports world... That right there, bitches, is my three-leg parlay.
Okay.
That's my three-leg parlay right there. Visual effects going to Sinners, in turn, is going to be Michael B. Jordan winning. And Michael B. Jordan is going to cause Sinners to win Best Picture. So that's my three-leg parlay. But I'm still going to give the points, like the spread, though. Paul Thomas Anderson's getting the spread due to the fact that he's won the DGA. He gets the spread. But... Man, if Coogler wins, that would make me so funny.
Okay, but I got something for you here, and this is the one everybody seems to want to agree on, is that F1 is going to get the film editing Oscar. Because it is a huge hit, and also it's kind of a movie that depends on good editing. And
do not be surprised if that's... You see, I'm going to agree with you on F1. Do not be surprised if Sinners sneaks in on that.
Sinners could just be a big loss all the way around. 16 Oscar nominations.
I think F1's going to win, but it's still got competition with One Battle After Another in Sinners. It's got competition. That one, I agree with you. I think F1 should win that one. Like, if F1's going to win an Oscar, I think that should be the Oscar.
Also, sound too. They said sound and sound effects editing.
Sound, but again, I can now. I hate to say it. I'm gonna say Sinners. This is another I want versus what I think is going to happen. I want F1, sound, film editing. I want those, right? Do I think the other ones are going to go the other way? I think it might happen. I think, like I said, one battle after another for editing. I think Sinners could hit on sound. So that's a rough call. It's rough. I mean, I want to, but you know what? There's no favorite, but if I'm going to lay the money down, I'll lay it on F1. I'll split it. I'll split the difference with you, man, or I'll lay the same bet down. I think F1 could take them both.
Okay, well,
even though it's not the favorite, I don't think it's the favorite, but I think it has a fighting fucking chance to at least win an Oscar, maybe two ceremoniously. You know what I mean? You know, everyone goes home a winner because what's going to happen that night? You know, a lot of movies are going to win some shit. I think we're going to see a bunch of spread out victories that night. I think a lot of movies are going to go home with something. I honestly think so. Like Frankenstein's going to go home with something. Hamlet's going home with something. Sinners dude. There's the ones that are definitely going home with some wins, but then there's the other ones like Sentimental Value. That one's probably going to walk away with a win. Okay. Hamnet, we said, is going to walk away. Like, even though we know there's dominant other categories, someone's going to walk away with something else.
Well, if something does, then maybe I'll be inclined to watch. But for last year, I did see one movie that was nominated, I think, at the time, and that was Dune Part 2, I guess. That was like the only thing I saw. I had no desire to see anything else. Nothing seemed interesting to me. So
you know what? Here's what I'm going to predict. I think, and I hate to say this, I think Marty Supreme is going to get shut out.
Marty Supreme getting shut out.
Marty
possibly.
Supreme is going to get shut out. A24 is going home on one movie empty-handed. I'm calling it. Marty Supreme's getting shut out.
Okay. I'm going to say this. My thing is there's going to be movies that are going to be shut out, and I think Begonia is going to get shut out because
Begonia is getting shut out
because Poor Things already got like a bunch of things, and I don't understand.
Yep.
Now, Hamnet, I don't know. The
Hamnet's
only thing
not getting shut out.
The only thing Hamnet has going for it is Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes producing.
Well, it's also got Jessie Buckley. Jessie Buckley's the odds-on favorite. Remember,
who I've never heard of until I just saw her name.
Of course, never heard of, but I'm still playing the favorite.
Now, I don't see One Battle After Another winning anything either. I do.
Oh, it's going to get, dude. It's guaranteed original screenplay. It's guaranteed adapted screenplay, and it's almost. I'm not going to say 100%. It's almost guaranteed for directing.
I don't know about that. See, this is based on a Thomas Pynchon book, and Thomas Pynchon is notorious for not being able to be adapted.
You remember, but you also remember how I say I'm playing the odds. You also understand that it's won everything else.
But this is
one
like
battle after another. It's won every other.
Yeah,
award.
but that goes with the current climate of politics, and the current climate has been changing very dramatically over the last couple of weeks. I've noticed this. I don't know. People may or they may not have, and I think it's more likely that Sinners gets. For me, average-wise, it's more likely for me that Sinners gets everything it gets nominated for, and One Battle After Another doesn't.
You see, but that's the thing, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I hate feeling movies because it's like I want Sinners to take it all. I really, really do. But again, I'm a gambler, so I gotta play the favorites in my categories, you know, and that's why I'm laying it down the way I'm laying it down.
If this were
it's like,
but if this were like, let's say,
I want Coogler to win director. I want him to, but I think Anderson's going to get it. But here, can I say one more thing and I'll shut the fuck up? I want Anderson to win a fucking Oscar.
You do? I mean, like, is this really his best work? I mean, like, when we think about There Will Be Blood.
At this point, it is more than likely ceremonious because it is not his best work. Okay, I have said this. I just want him to win a fucking Oscar just so he can say he won one for once in his fucking life.
Yeah, but then it'll be for this, though.
Okay, but I don't care. Okay, Lawler.
If I'm taking home the Oscar,
I'm going to draw one. Lawler, I'm drawing one comparison here. Scorsese. You and I both fucking know that he has deserved that Oscar for way better work than the Oscar he won it for. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about The Departed?
About The Departed. You and I both know that while we were happy to see him win the Oscar for The Departed, that he deserved it for Goodfellas and other movies that he's made. I'm not going to argue about the other movies. I'm just saying he deserved it for better work. Okay.
Yeah, but The Departed was a good movie. That was a very, very good movie. That was like probably maybe like his last. I did enjoy Wolf of Wall Street. That was okay too, but it was less characteristic of a Scorsese movie. Departed is closer to when you think about Scorsese.
It is closer to old school Scorsese. Okay, but I will say
there was Raging Bull, there's Taxi Driver, there's so many other movies.
Casino, Goodfellas, After Hours.
Goodfellas.
Okay,
yeah.
So I will draw Scorsese comparisons here. Anderson has paid his fucking dues in Hollywood. He's been doing this for 30 fucking years. The man is due. He needs a fucking Oscar, even if it's at this point for a career well done. He will win it in screenplay. He is guaranteed. Okay, and that's why I'm laying the odds down, because I think I think he does have a chance to lose in director, even though he's the odds-on favorite. He does have a chance to lose, I think. But in the screenwriting category, he is a fucking lock.
I'm gonna check.
I'm sorry. He will not lose. He won't.
This movie cost a ton of money. It's so weird.
And it lost a lot of money. It made. But Warner Brothers wanted their prestige picture. Okay, they knew it would bring them prestige, and it has brought them prestige.
But it's so weird. Why did it cost this much money? It's so huge.
Because of you, dude.
Because of the cast. Because of the cast.
Because of who you hired behind the scenes, and the fact that you shot it on VistaVision film. You shot a 3-hour movie on film. That's where your budget went, right there.
3 hours too. On top of that, well, 162 minutes. But
you want to know what? One of the things I said about the movie, it had a flow, dude. That movie fucking flowed. Like, that's where it ranked up there with the P.T. Anderson movie. That movie had a flow to it, like you just wouldn't understand. That movie didn't feel like a 3-hour movie.
Okay, if you say so.
No, I'm serious.
I don't know. Everything. I'm always checking my watch these days. I mean, like, movies are just too fucking long.
I checked my watch a little bit, but it had a flow to it. It took, but I will say this: I came very close. And I say very close to passing out on it, but I got jolted awake at the right part.
Well,
and then I just kept going. So I will say it took a bit to get to where it needed to go, but when it got to where it needed to go, it didn't let off the gas.
There was something I did want to say, and I forgotten about it, but you talking about this reminded me of it. Is that people are not enjoying movies anymore because they feel like they keep hitting too much. There's too much politics in movies. They feel like they're being lectured to. This is a very political movie in and of itself. If we could somehow take a step back and be able to watch a movie on its own terms, that's why I brought up the Bride, because I'm pretty sure, I don't think that Maggie Gyllenhaal was expecting to have to or create like some kind of a feminist revisionist statement on the story of Frankenstein. I think she just wanted to make something crazy, and I think that's what people should be wanting to do, is to make crazy movies.
I want to see the movie on the behind the scenes of The Bride, like on how you make a movie like that.
Maybe you just do something that's crazy. Maybe you just want to write a story. Maybe you just want to put something out there and just do it, and not worry about what people think of your intention. There's, Lady in the Water is like one of my favorite movies, and it's an M. Night movie, and it's also
I love that movie.
It's a favorite movie of Regan's too. There's a line of dialogue in that movie where.
But unfortunately, can I say one thing? That I hate to say it, that movie is Shyamalan sucking his own cock, man. Dude, you can't deny it, because that is the fucking God's honest truth.
But there is a line in the movie that I wish that we could like go back and explore. It's something that Jeffrey Wright says in the movie when they're talking about the critic. They're talking about Bob Balaban's character. And let me see if I can find that line for you, and I could say it for you in the proper cadence. What kind of person would be so arrogant as to presume the intention of another human being? Now, we've gotten away from a lot of like rationality because the internet and social media has created a bunch of angry people, and we've we've transformed into a very feminized culture thinking about it this way, because people are watching YouTube videos of other people's opinions. Gossip has skyrocketed, and it's all a bunch of femmes and ladies. And I was just like wondering, when did our society turn into a bunch of gossipy little bitches and busybodies, right? And what we've created online, we make videos where we complain, and then we ask other people to give us money to complain. That's weird too. So every time I'm looking at any kind of a review of a movie now on YouTube or in any other social media place, they're always going into the politics of everything. And do you remember how you used to be able to watch a movie and you didn't talk about people's politics? You just sort of watched a movie.
You're right. It's gotten
and it's ruined it for us, hasn't it? It's ruined it for us. So
it's really gotten to that point. I'm not saying that to talk out of my ass or because
I want to go back
I'm saying that because it is the truth. It's gotten that way.
I don't want to watch a movie and think about the politics anymore now. I just want to go and watch a movie now. I feel like I'm too old for that. I'm like Danny Glover in the Lethal Weapon movies. I'm too old for this shit.
I'm too old for this shit, and that's how it's going. That's why I keep finding myself getting drawn back to the classics. You see what I can't agree with is, like, I will say that Sinners was for me the standout movie of this year.
I'm going to try this tomorrow, Froelich. I promise you.
I really hope you can see the greatness in it that I did. I really hope you can.
I'm going to try and watch this movie and not think about politics. I'm going to try and watch this movie.
Please don't. Just go in with the most open mind that you can, and you will enjoy it. It is a excellent. But
I will guarantee you this, though. It's not going to change my opinion on it deserving 16 Oscar nominations, because a movie that was made 30 years ago, which we thought was brilliant, did not get 16 Oscar nominations. It's like if Back to the Future were made today, it would get 16 Oscar nominations just for being competent, just for being an entertaining movie in some way. I feel like we've lowered our standards.
Sinners was a standout. I referenced it in my review to One Battle After Another. I said that, while I thought One Battle After Another was a very good film, I still feel it is not P.T. Anderson's overall best work. It sits in the middle.
Well, all you have to do is ask yourself a simple question with regard to Sinners and One Battle After Another. 30 years ago, would they have gotten as many Oscar nominations? I'm going to say no, because
here's the thing.
You had an embarrassment of riches 30 years ago.
Sinners would have never been made 30 years ago. No studio
You don't think so?
would have ever spent the fucking money on that movie.
Really?
No, dude. The way that movie came out, no studio would have spent any of that budget on it 30 years ago.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't have spent that kind of money. They wouldn't have spent that kind of money. But remember, this was the days of Spike Lee. Remember, Spike Lee was the big filmmaker back then. Hold on.
With the dual Michael B. Jordan performance, especially 30 years ago, it would have been hard to pull off convincingly. Okay.
I think it would have been, because I think we've had...
sound like a bougie asshole.
Well, I would say that you had black movies. You had black movies back then. You had black movies in the 70s. You had black exploitation movies. You had all kinds of movies involving black people. What I want to do, I'd love to watch a movie with black people in it where they're not constantly talking about fucking racism. It seems like racism is all they fucking talk about now in 2026.
Well,
just let it the fuck go, okay? Yes, people did terrible things. People are always going to do terrible things.
You see, but this movie, the one thing I like about it is the movie doesn't make light of it, okay? Or at least what it does with humor and sincerity, okay? I didn't find it preachy. If that's what you want to hear, dude, I didn't. If there was a message, I didn't find it preachy.
All right.
Can you accept that?
I'll accept. Sure. I will nail your ass to the wall, though, if I catch one thing that's any. I don't want to see one thing that says racism to me.
Okay, I'm in. What I'm saying, I'm not saying the movie doesn't have moments of racism. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it wasn't, it wasn't preachy.
I don't want to. You know what I saw? Oh my god. Oh. For the first time in my life, a few months ago, I saw The Color Purple, and I absolutely hated that fucking movie. I thought it was horrible.
Here's the thing. That's why I've avoided it, because I'm told I would hate it, so that's why. And this is one of those things where you just take the doctor's word for it.
It was so over the top and terrible.
That's what I'm told, is that that's a movie where history has not been kind to, because Yeah.
I was
40
absolutely
years ago it was
traumatized.
praised. Now it's considered over the fucking top.
I was so traumatized by watching that. I thought they said it was a magical, wonderful experience, and it'll make you feel good. It's a feel good movie of the year, and it begins with a woman getting hit with a brick and then later raped. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
what? This is a feel good movie? Are you fucking kidding me?
You see that one? Another movie I can draw a comparison with was Moonstruck.
Moonstruck. I was thinking Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever is a movie that's just
where
like,
you think it's a feel good movie. Exactly. It's because Saturday Night Fever is marketed as a feel good movie when it's anything fucking but.
yeah.
Well, that's it. Okay, we're talking about illusion or not illusion, like first impression versus overall effect.
Right.
Okay, where it's like, what movies were we talking about?
Well, we're talking about Color Purple. You mentioned Moonstruck.
Oh yeah, where at first it's good, but then time has not been kind.
Yeah.
And like Moonstruck is like that, like where when it came out, it was like this feel good movie, right? But then, not anymore. It's not.
No.
It's not a feel good movie.
I never. To be fair, though, I mean, like Brahman
it's
loves
like, it's over
Moonstruck.
the top,
I've never cared for it.
Yeah, it's just over the top.
Yeah, I mean, it's just oh god. Anyway, I have a feeling at least that I'll probably enjoy Sinners a lot more than I enjoyed Color Purple. I never want to see that movie.
Dude, I hope you do. Dude, I can't guarantee it. You could fall into the camp that doesn't like it. You could, and that's why, I mean, dude. Okay, I'll say this much. My buddy Steve, he was a little hard. We both watched it together. Not sound like not to sound like that or nothing. I can't. Almost slipped. Ooh. I was gonna. That was point of reference anyway. That would have been paraphrasing from Orgasmo, but I can't. I still can't. Say it. I still can't. Anyway, not to sound that way, but he was a little more of a critic on Sinners than I was, but he did enjoy it overall.
Okay. Well,
Like he liked it.
Well,
I was over the moon for it. I was over the moon for it. He was like, it was good. I liked it. I didn't think it was great like you did. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll let you know in a few days how it goes.
You could end up like Steve.
We are gonna watch the
Oscars.
Steve. We have a tradition in the house where we have chicken parmesan and we watch the Oscars. So we'll be doing that.
I'm gonna see if I can call it. I'm gonna make my Facebook post. I'm gonna call my predictions, my locks. But like I said, I hope I'm right, but I also hope I'm wrong.
Okay.
I want to see Sinners. I want to see Sinners win it all. I want to see it. Win it all that I think it's going to win for. Because luckily, Sinners and One Battle After Another are in different fucking categories when it comes to screenplay, so they're both guaranteed that.
Well, what I will do is, let me just very quickly. I'll tell you my impressions of movies. I'm interested in seeing Begonia because it looks crazy. I kind of want to see F1 because it looks like a fun call back to mainstream movie making. Frankenstein I'll watch anyway because I pay for Netflix. I have no interest in seeing Hamnet. I don't know if I have any interest in seeing Marty Supreme. I have a morbid curiosity. I have a morbid curiosity about One Battle After Another.
Let me make one assessment real quick while it's fresh in my head because I told you I'm pretty baked.
Okay.
Up until Michael B. Jordan, I did think Chalamet was going to win, and I will tell you that Chalamet was fucking brilliant in Marty Supreme. Because he makes you hate him. Like, a performance is good when you hate him you hate him going in, but he came out of it at the end and you fell in love with him when it was over. Okay. That's why I enjoyed Marty Supreme, and that's why I thought Timothée Chalamet was excellent in that movie. And that's why I thought, overall, Marty Supreme was a great movie because overall it was an excellent performance. It's great that he makes it's a good old fashioned performance where he's a character you hate, like you like him at first, and then you grow because he's a cocky little shit, and then you just fucking hate him. Then you hate him some more. Then you hate him some more, and then you start to like him again, then you like him again, then you fucking love him, and then at the end he does the right thing, and then boom, you love him again.
Well, it's a build. The subject matter just doesn't interest me as far as that.
You'd think, but it's entertaining. It is entertaining, dude.
Can I tell
you to watch it based off of Uncut Gems alone? The dialogue. The dialogue alone.
I don't know about it. We'll see.
Oh,
let me
come on.
let me finish my list. I have no interest in seeing The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value looks interesting, mostly because I love Elle Fanning. Sinners, like I said, I'm watching tomorrow. Train Dreams, I have no idea what this movie's about.
No idea. No interest.
Idea.
No interest.
No idea. No clue. No clue whatsoever.
People are going to say to us, "Oh, you're missing out. That is so good." Be like, bro, we believe you. We just don't care.
It's on Netflix, though. Okay.
Great. Cool.
Maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. If it's for,
I don't
pay
care
enough
for
for
the
that
subject
freaking
matter.
service, and we don't use it enough, so I'll watch it eventually.
Let me know. Let me know what you thought, man. And you know what I'll just say? I'll take your word for it.
You know
okay?
what? I'm probably going to say, well, it's about a bunch of people on a train.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, no shit.
I mean, like, really, I thought it was, dreams of people running trains on one another. I don't know.
You're running trains. No, that sounds like something interesting. It's not going to be that, I guarantee.
Exactly.
Okay.
Would be pretty good though, wouldn't it?
Okay, now my throat hurts again. All right, let's wrap this up. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. Those
All right,
people
everybody.
running trains should be wrapping it up too.
Yeah, they should be running trains on each other right now. Train Dreams. That's my pick for the Oscars, Train Dreams.